Starts now. Part 3, countries. What's the next country?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. I think of Lederhosen again. For some reason, but I think of cheese. Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Next.
Togo? Togo? Oh. Yogo?
Togo. What? To go. You don't have to look it up. I think
Interesting.
it sounds like probably somewhere near the Philippines, because the Philippines, the language spoke there is Tagalog. I think. And Togo is very close to Taga. I don't know. That's all I got. Togo. West African, what? Hey, Yeti. Down,
Sierra
Bobo.
Leone.
Sierra Leone.
You can show him. He wants to be on the camera.
I didn't realize that was a country. I thought that was a actress.
Oh, Natasha. Yeah.
No, maybe Sunny Leone or something. Sierra Leone. I have no idea. I couldn't even fathom where that is.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. I didn't even realize Hong Kong was its own country. Very interesting, but it's in China, right? So, Hong Kong. What do I think of? I think of dim sum. Very specifically dim sum, not just regular Chinese food. I think Hong Kong probably has amazing dim sum. Next.
Laos.
You know, I like Laos because the people from Laos are not Laosites, they're Laotian, which is pretty cool, right? To pronounce it Laotian. I really like that. Next.
Paraguay.
Oh, Paraguay. I think it's the sister country to Uruguay. And I'm going to say the same about Uruguay, but I'm pretty sure Paraguayans and Uruguayans are both pretty much hail Spanish people. Next.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Bulgaria. It sounds like it's probably somewhere near Russia. It sounds like probably there's a mob, Bulgarian mob, but it doesn't have a ring to it. You know, like there's some mobs that have a real good ring to it. Like when you say the country and then say the mob. Like the Italian mob sounds amazing, right? Bulgarian mob does not. The Bulgarian mafia?
No.
No, we have to specify what country they're from.
Mafia is like only mafia because the Russian mafia is called the Brava.
Next. Bulgaria. I don't know shit about Bulgaria, unfortunately.
Libya.
Libya. I think it's touching Egypt. I think it's a small country touching Egypt. Ugh. Next. I don't know.
Lebanon.
Lebanon. I think Lebanese food is very similar to to me, Lebanese food is a moist version of Israeli and Turkish food mixed. Next.
Agua.
Lebanese food sounds so good right now, actually. Nicaragua. Oh my god, I think of... Ooh, what do I think of for Nicaragua? I don't know. I think Nicaragua is a big jungle again, big rainforest. I don't think not jungle, rainforest only. I think of bugs. Next.
Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan. It's next to Kazakhstan, big desert. Huge desert. And the Kyrgyz, I think they're called. I don't know. Next. El Salvador. I think also notoriously short people. Maybe that's a South American thing. But yeah, I think notoriously short people. I think of hair loss for some reason. Next. Turkmenistan. Also big desert. Probably next to Kazakhstan. Turkmenistan. I don't know. A lot of these places just seem like desert to me. Next. Singapore. I think Singapore is an archipelago too. Singapore, I think of like wetlands for sure. Next.
Denmark.
Denmark. The Danes. The Danish people. I think of I don't know. I think of proficiency. I think people from Denmark are like very, very, very well educated and proficient at their skills. Next, Finland. I think it's the less famous Sweden. Next, but Vikings maybe. Next,
Congo.
Congo. Just spray and win. Congo. Congolese people. Different from Democratic Republic of the Congo. Why? I don't know. Next.
Slovakia.
Slovakia. Slovakia and Slovenia. I don't know the difference, but they make me think of each other because sometimes they're paired up for some reason. Next.
Norway.
Norway. I think of Vikings. I think of saying things like Norway with, you know, going up when you talk at the second half of the word is what I think of. I also think of boats. Next.
Oman.
Oman. I think big desert. Probably near Egypt as well. Maybe it's in Africa. I have no idea. Next.
State of Palestine.
Palestine. The state of Palestine is a country. I thought Palestine was gone and Israel is Palestine. I don't know. As far as I knew, Palestine was the promised land or something, and then Israel said, no, that's us. I don't know. Next.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. We've been to Costa Rica. I think of very nice people, very well-educated people, kind of poor. I almost died there. Kind of poor, but very nice landscape. Big mountains. Yeah, lack of wealth.
Liberia.
I think it's a retirement place too, Costa Rica. Liberia. Liberia, I don't know anything about. I think it's a desert. Next.
Ireland.
Ireland, I think of... Her body fell in the teleporter. I think of... What do I think of with Ireland? I think of corned beef, cabbage. That's Irish. Not St. Patrick's Day. This guy's camping this corner. That's so stupid.
Yeah, that's the only time I make.
Not really. Next.
Central African Republic.
Central African Republic. Ooh, wait for me again. Central African Republic probably should be well known, but it's not. I don't think if you asked anybody to name that country, they would. And that's probably unfortunate for some reason.
New Zealand.
New Zealand. I think of Flight of the Conchords. I think of calling people Kiwis because of the bird. I think of... I think it's another place where it's like so much land, but a lot of it's just uninhabitable for whatever reason. Next.
Mauritania?
Mauritania. Sounds like there's castles. Next. Panama. I think Panama controls all the trade in the world because they have the Panama Canal. Or maybe that was like 100 years ago that was a thing. Next.
Kuwait.
Kuwait. I always think of kumquats. And then I think of Crash Bandicoot because they have the fruit. What's that called? In Crash? What? Don't tell me. I'll figure it out. Crash Bandicoot. Wumpa. Wumpa fruit. I think of... Because I always thought kumquats were like a fake fruit. They're not. But Wumpa is a fake fruit. For sure. So I always thought of Wumpa when I think of kumquats. And Kuwait makes me think of kumquats because of the name.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else about a Kuwait. I think it's probably a desert. Next.
Croatia.
Croatia. Croatian people.
Match found.
I think they're good fighters because I think there's a lot of Croatians in the UFC. That's all I got though.
Moldova.
Moldova. I think of... What do I think of? I think of like really nice architecture. Go.
Georgia.
Georgia. I think of... Georgia. It's probably very, very small. It's probably a very small place.
I mean, it's only 132 out of 135.
Maybe it has high population density? No? Okay, well.
Population is almost 4 million and density is 57.
Jesus, a lot of people in Georgia. What do you call Georgia people? Georgians? Whoa! Is that the same fucking neon from the other game? Just going around knifing people in pre-round? Next.
Eritrea? Eritrea?
I don't know. Eritrea sounds alright. It sounds like, urethra. Next.
Uruguay.
Uruguay, sister country to Paraguay. Pale Spanish people. I don't know anything about it. Probably a bunch of rainforest. Next.
This is a twofer.
Ooh.
Bosnia
And Herzegovina. Herzegovina.
How did you know that?
'Cause everybody knows about Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Really impressive.
What are you talking about? Bosnia and Herzegovina. Very proud people. I know that because if you shout them out, they're like, oh my god, you shouted out my country. Mongolia, I think of, what's his name? Genghis Khan. I think of the Mongolians attacking China, and then I wonder, I'm like, Mongolia is pretty big, but it doesn't look that habitable. Of course they wanted to get to China, just let them in China, unless they're mean. Next.
Your population density?
It's high?
2.
Because there's a lot of wasteland, like desert, unlivable.
Armenia.
Mongolia's all desert, it's crazy. It's like 90% desert. Armenia, I think of System of a Down. It's the only thing I got on Armenia, but that's a great thing. I love System of a Down. Next.
Inca.
Jamaica, I think of a mountain with forest on it and a river coming down the mountain. I also think of Jamaican beef patties. Spicy Jamaican beef patties. The only way to have a Jamaican beef patty. Qatar, I think also, like, what was that one? Where it's like used for military operations. I think of Qatar. I think we just had the World Cup there, actually. Or Olympics, maybe?
Or a good team there.
Olympics?
I think the World Cup was there.
The World Cup is 2 years from now.
Not the
There's
World
no way.
Cup, the soccer World Cup. What's that called?
Copa Mundial, that's the World Cup. There's only one World Cup.
I thought there was just one there.
It was the Olympics.
Summer Olympics?
Yeah.
No, Winter Olympics.
Winter Olympics, yeah. Qatari. Yeah. I think Qatar has a very strict...
No LGBTQ.
Yeah, no LGBTQ thing, which we learned of because of the Olympics. Next.
Albania.
Albania, the Albanians. I think they have a strong mob. Strong mafia. Good for you. Next.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico I think of as... You know, I recently saw a bunch of videos and pictures of Puerto Rico, and I think it's a lot nicer than people give it credit for. It was recently destroyed by a hurricane, but everything seems very modern. It's not very third worldly. It's kind of like a first world island. It is a territory of the United States, which is the only thing bad about it. Next. Lithuania. They say Lithuanian. They do the U as an I believe. Lithuania, I think of very nice people, and they're very pale and tall and skinny. Next.
Namibia? Namibia?
Namibia. Probably the same as Algeria, Nigeria, and Niger. I don't know. Probably a desert. Next.
Gambia.
Gambia, I think of gems. I think they probably have a lot of precious stones. Go. Botswana, that's my favorite country name out of all country names. There used to be a kiosk at Publix, and you would scroll through the countries for some reason. I was a child, so I don't know what it was actually used for. And when I would find Botswana, I'd get so excited and tell my parents.
Gabon? Gabon? G-A-B-O-N?
Gabon. I don't know. I don't know anything about Gabon. It sounds like jamon, Maybe it's a sandwich deli meat.
Lesotho.
Lesotho. It sounds like... It makes me think of like a Slytherin. Next.
North Macedonia.
Macedonia!
North Macedonia.
North Macedonia. So North Macedonia is the northern part of Macedonia. The Macedonian people live on both halves of Macedonia, north and south, and this is the northern portion where they live. Next.
Slovenia.
Slovenia. Slovenia. I think of... what do I think of?
Sorry, bro.
I wonder if they're the Slavs. No, maybe not. Slovenia sounds like it's probably... I don't know. No idea. Slovenia. Also Slytherin. Next.
Guinea-Bissau.
Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau is a very small country. It's located somewhere, and I don't know anything about it. Next.
Latvia.
Latvia. I think of a latte because of the name. Latavia. What do I think of for Latvia? Latvia is... It seems... I don't know the word. There's an elegance to the name Latvia, and I don't know if it carries on over to the culture. Go ahead.
Bahrain.
Bahrain. Secret military operations.
Equatorial Guinea.
So, Equatorial Guinea. It's just Guinea, but it's further south because it's actually on the equator, or further north. I don't actually know which direction Guinea's in, but maybe it's hotter because it's on the equator, and maybe it's got more tropical vegetation and animals. Don't know.
There's another and I'm curious if we get it like that. Trinidad.
And Tobago's?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I would. Very nice island. There's a bunch of islands around Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, it's like where Barbados and stuff is, I believe. Yeah, like a cool, chill island culture. It's like the Bahamas, but not. Next.
Estonia.
Estonia, I think of swords. Next.
Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste.
Timor-Leste. Man, Timor-Leste. Tim or more.
Think of like
Next.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Timon and Pumbaa next.
Mauritius.
Mauritius. Probably. Sounds like an emperor. Next.
Cyprus.
Cyprus. I think that's a very small island. Probably very beautiful in the ocean with a lot of trees. That's why they call it Cyprus. Next.
Makes me think of like first like fighting, isn't it? On like Cyprus paper?
No, that's... What's it called? Not Cyprus, it's... Well, now you fucking broke my brain. What's that paper called? Papyrus. Which might be Cyprus, I don't know. I just know it's called papyrus. Next.
Eswatini.
Eswatini, it sounds like Botswana. It's probably in Africa. I don't know anything about it. I've actually never heard Eswatini.
One kill remaining.
Djibouti.
Djibouti! There used to be a channel called Djibouti Dubs, which would do voiceovers on commercials and stuff. It was pretty funny. Djibouti, let me see how it's spelled.
Okay, I'm feeling good about that.
Djibouti.
Who's the actor that had
Jimon Hansu?
it?
Yeah.
R.I.P.
He didn't die.
One from John Wick.
No, that's Lance Reddick. What are you talking about? Yeah, rip Lance Reddick. Fantastic man. My condolences. What's it called again?
Booty.
Djibouti. Djibouti, I think of Africa. Small. Next.
Fiji.
Fiji, I think of like very blue clear water. Next.
Reunion.
Match
What?
found.
Reunion.
Reunion. I have no idea. It's probably a country inside another country or something.
Comoros. Comoros.
Oh, whoa, Comoros. Comoros. I don't know anything about it. It sounds like Cameroon, but it's not.
Guyana.
Guyana. It makes me think of that guy Tariq I was talking about. Soft-spoken, very sweet people, very skinny. But I don't actually think he's from Guyana. I think he was from whatever that other country was. Next. Bhutan. B-H-A-T-A-N?
B-H-U-T-A-N.
Bhutan. It's a peninsula. Next. I don't know if it is.
Solomon Island.
Solomon Islands. Probably near Trinidad and Tobago. Solomon Islands. It sounds like a wizard. Solomon is a wizard's name. Next. Macau. M-A-C-A-O? Macau. I think of a bird. It sounds like a macaw. Montenegro. Shit, I know something about Montenegro. I just don't know what it is. I think someone went there. Next. Someone famous in history went to Montenegro. Luxembourg, I think, is probably a country inside of Germany or something. Western Sahara with desert, big dry. Next.
Suriname.
What?
Suriname.
Jesus. Suriname.
Okay,
Sur
arms are good.
in
Go.
some languages is sea. It's probably an island. Or on the coast.
Cabo Verde.
Cabo Verde! Cabo Verde sounds like an island for sure. Sounds like a drink. Next.
Micronesia.
Micronesia. So we have Indonesia, we have Malaysia, and then we have Micronesia. Oh my god. Micronesia is probably not a small country. It's an ironic name that they did as a prank. Next.
Maldives.
The Maldives. Sounds like a good vacation location where you bring your boat.
Malta.
Malta. I know a lot about Malta. By that I mean, I think they do a lot of like Italian type cooking, and it's a very cool stone built island in the Mediterranean. Very big fishing culture. A lot of people go there to retire. There's some very nice architecture there.
Isn't that guy who watched the documentary on that? They used to be connected to Italy,
Did it?
Dominating.
right? But
I didn't watch that.
Now there's like ocean there. The British guy that's on everything.
Oh, you're talking about
Malta?
Graham Hancock?
Yeah, wasn't that Malta?
I don't think so. Maybe. Doesn't ring a bell to me. Malta's very cool though. I think it's a cool place.
Brunei.
Brunei. Spell it?
B-R-U-N-E-I.
Brunei.
Brunei, but
It sounds like the country of the witches, because Bruja is witch. So Brunei is witch country. Next.
that was one that power through.
Yeah.
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe. Sounds like my gardener.
Belize.
Belize. Really?
Belize.
Their population is this low?
Population is 397,000.
Jeez. Belize is
Small.
in Central America,
Go there.
and it's small. Yep.
Bahamas.
The Bahamas, I think of a bunch of little islands. Some of them are swampy. Most of them are just normal islands. I think of Atlantis. I think of... Why don't they have nice cars there? Next.
Martinique.
Martinique. Man, I don't know anything about Martinique.
I think it's an island.
Martinique sounds like a queen.
Iceland.
Iceland. They speak Icelandic, which is a very tough language, apparently. They got a lot of black stone beaches. Floki went there, for sure. To discover it, he was the discoverer of Iceland. I mean, that's a lot of information. I don't know. Reykjavik, Northern Lights, ...
Vanuatu.
Vanuatu? Vanuatu. Sounds like it's African desert. Next.
French Guinea. Or French Guiana, sorry.
French Guiana. Yeah? French Guiana is somewhere in South America that I couldn't place. It's probably all rainforest.
Barbados.
Barbados. I think of Barbados Slim from Futurama, the limbo player. Would you call someone a limbo player or what? Limbo man? Limbo person? Limboer?
It's a game. Here.
Limbo player? It just sounds like a child does it. Or that's a console. Limbo player, like you put in the disc and it plays something.
New Caledonia.
New Caledonia! Sounds like Macedonia. I don't know anything about it, but it... I think every year they get a new calendar. New Caledonia.
French Polynesia.
French Polynesia. I believe this is where, like, Samoa is.
10 kills remaining.
Next.
Mayotte.
Huh?
Mayotte. Mayotte.
Mayotte. Mayotte sounds like a mayo brand that I don't know about.
Sao Tome and Principe.
What?
Sao Tome and Principe.
Sao Tome and Principe. Oh my gosh.
Principe.
I'm gonna say this is a country inside another country.
Samoa.
Samoa. This is not the French Polynesian place, whatever. But Samoan. Let's talk about Samoa. I think of
5 kills remaining.
a very sturdy culture, if that makes sense. I think of an ancient yeah, an ancient culture.
1 kill remaining.
It's a tough one. It's like so much to it.
Do you want to rapid fire these?
Yeah, let's go. Oh, I'm the last fucking down.
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia Island.
Channel Islands.
Channel Islands. Multiple islands.
Guam.
Guam. I know more about Guam than the other ones, but I don't know anything about Guam. I think it's rainforest. Go.
Curacao.
What?
Curacao.
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 Secret military operations.
Think of the liquor. Kiribati.
Kiribati. Island.
Grenada.
Island. Grenada is an island.
St. Vincent and Grenadines.
St. Vincent, I know about. St. Vincent has like dance culture, for sure. And Grenadine is one of them too. St. Vincent and Grenadine, I guess they're probably very close together. But I only know about St. Vincent. Sorry.
Aruba.
Aruba. Iguanas. Next.
Tonga.
Match found.
Tonga. What do they say about Tonga? Topanga. I do think of Topanga from Boy Meets World. Tonga. Makes me think of a tonfa. It's like a beating. It's like a baton, like a fighting baton. A tonfa.
U.S. Virgin Islands.
U.S. Virgin Islands. It's bunch of islands near the Bahamas. Near Trinidad and Tobago. It's like in that area.
Seychelles.
Seychelles is big islands.
Antigua
It's actually a very small
and
island, but
Barbuda.
Volcanic eruptions. Antigua and Barbuda.
Good treasure.
Treasure for Antigua and Barbuda?
Like under the water. I feel like. Treasure.
Okay. Treasure hunters. Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua makes me think of something, but I don't know what it is. Antigua. What would I think of with Antigua? There's something there. Maybe a tiger or something? Sounds like a tiger's name. Next.
Isle of Man.
Isle of Man. Very small island. Nobody lives there. Population 2.
I know someone from Isle of Man.
No, you don't.
I do.
Where is it?
My hairdresser's husband. It's like British.
Isle of Man is British. Okay.
Something like that. British or Scottish. It's like off the UK.
Okay. Very small island off the UK. Fantastic.
Andorra.
Andorra. Sounds like a small African nation? I don't know.
Dominica.
Dominica. Is that an island off of the Dominican Republic, maybe? Who knows?
Cayman Islands.
Cayman Islands. there used to be these commercials where they would sing about the Cayman Islands for you to go there and visit. But I think in the commercial itself, they were like showing alligators and crocodiles. So it's like, what? Kind of wondering what they're doing there.
Bermuda.
Bermuda. I think of the Triangle, and when I think of that triangle, I think of this show that was out a long time ago that was called the Bermuda Triangle or the Triangle or something. Not a great show.
Marshall Islands.
Marshall Islands. I think I know something about the Marshall Islands. Maybe not. But I think of swamp.
Northern Mariana Islands.
Northern Mariana Islands. I think of
It's by there.
maybe the Mariana Trench. Very good. Okay, next. I don't care.
Greenland.
Greenland. You know, I think of being very cold and having most of the place be unlivable.
For being unlivable, the population density is... Oh. I thought it was 0.
Yeah.
But
There's no way, because most of it's like just ice. It's just like a glacier or something.
56,000 people. American Samoa.
American Samoa. Is that different from regular Samoa? I guess we colonized it? That's probably not good. Let's give it back to the Samoans. See ya.
St. Kitts and Nevis.
St. Kitts. I knew something about St. Kitts. Probably good for boats. Probably where you bring boats. And Nevis.
Faroe Islands.
The what? Faroe Islands?
F-A-E. I would say Fae.
I know something about the Faroe Islands. I think it's... I definitely knew something about the Faroe Islands. Maybe just people who were from there, but I think of mountains. I think they're mountainous islands, Faroe Islands.
St. Martin.
St. Martin?
I thought, but it's S-I-N.
Saint Martin. You're just ripping off St. Martin, which is another place. So figure out your own thing and stick to that. Monaco, a big island.
Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos. Same area as Trinidad and Tobago in that archipelago.
St. Martin.
Big dance culture. I don't know why it's on there again.
No, there were two different places. It was St. Martin.
No, there was St. Martin and Kitts or something before.
No, St. Kitts and Nevis.
No, before that. There was a St. Martin and something else.
St. Vincent.
Oh, St. Martin was the one I was thinking of. St. Vincent, I have no fucking idea about then. St. Martin's the island I know. Big dance culture. Look it up, it's real.
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein, I think of Knight's Tale. It's the only thing we know. Ooh, Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein.
San Marino.
San Marino, I think of Dan Marino. 72 Dolphins. Was it 72 or 74? 72, I think.
Gibraltar.
I think of the Strait of Gibraltar. I don't know why, but there's a strait there. So don't worry about ships passing, because you have a strait to go through.
British Virgin Islands.
British Virgin Islands. Pirates of the Caribbean. Caribbean. Ooh, get flicked on.
Caribbean Netherlands.
The Caribbean Netherlands. They're just mixing places now. Caribbean Netherlands. I think of... What do I think of? I think of Pirates of the Caribbean, but in Lederhosen. Palau. Probably... Palau is probably... Where? In the Pacific Ocean.
Like, this spelling is like Hawaiian to me. Probably.
Well, Palau sounds like a Hawaiian word, for sure, but I don't know if there's other countries there.
Cook Islands.
Cook Islands? That's where they invented
10
stoves.
kills remaining.
Anguilla? Anguilla?
Huh?
Anguilla?
Anguilla. I don't know. Anguilla, I think of... Sounds like there's probably a lot of reptiles there.
Tuvalu.
Tuvalu! I just heard of Tuvalu. I think it's probably an Indian place. In India, the Indian continent.
Wallace and Futuna.
Hmm?
Wallace and Futuna.
Wallace and Futuna. What do I have to do for Futuna?
Nauru.
Nauru? Oh man, Nauru. It sounds like a dog's name.
N-A-U-R-U. Nauru?
Nauru? No, I think
5
it's
kills
Nauru,
remaining.
maybe? I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Saint Barthélemy.
I've heard of it.
Saint Barthélemy?
I think you said it right the
Dominating.
first time. I'm pretty sure that's an island. Next.
Saint Helena.
Definitely an island. Probably on the St. Helens volcano. Mount St. Helens.
Saint Pierre and Miquelon.
Whoa. Miquelon Ultra. Next.
Montserrat.
Mozzarella.
1
Falkland
kill
Islands.
remaining.
I've heard of the Falkland Islands. I think it's probably off of Europe.
Niue.
No way. No way.
Tapalau?
Probably somewhere in the Philippines area, because Tagalog, as I said. Oh, we're almost done.
Holy See.
That's the last one?
Mhm.
What about Vatican?
Wasn't on here.
This list sucks. Holy See. It's probably just a church there and nothing else.
As of 2020. Let's see.
Why is the Vatican City not on there? That's a country. I've been waiting for that the whole time. Holy, see you later.